Good morning, viewers. As you can see, we're at the bench today. You can see a rifle in front of me. This rifle here is chambered in 300 Blackout. Okay, this is going to be the first video of the series. We're basically doing some experimental loads on 300 Blackout. I've never really did any type of reload on 300 Blackout. This is a new gun to me. I just got this about 3 weeks ago. I just ordered just the upper. It came in the mail. I have a regular Bushmaster AR-15 lower. And the nice part about the 300 upper is that I can use the same exact bolt carrier, I can use the same charge handle, and I didn't have to buy a new one. So it's nice. All I had to do was just buy the, I bought a complete upper minus the charge handle and the carry. So saved me some money on that. I went to Delta Team Tactical, I picked up the upper, they shipped it to me. I bought the scope. It's basically a 3 to 4 power Bushnell, and it's a really nice scope. I kind of sighted this gun in for 50 yards right now. I was using 130 grain. 300 Blackout rounds. It was like a green box. It was kind of inexpensive. It wasn't really, it wasn't an expensive load or anything. I just want to kind of get it on paper and get it somewhat near, it's not really 100% sighted in, but it was shooting decent groups. For the first part of this series, what we're going to load is I picked up some Hornady 30 cal, which is obviously the 308s. They're 150 grain, the Spire points. Okay, it's kind of a hunting bullet, but I didn't want to just use the full metal jackets right off the bandwagon, just to go right in a full metal jacket 150 grains. So I kind of want to try something a little bit different. Maybe a hunting load or something I wanted to try, because I know a lot of people do hunt with this gun. I've seen deer hunting guns, people deer hunting with it, which I probably wouldn't. I'd want a little more takedown. But I mean, I'm not too sure where, wherever you're located, you might have, shorter range or whatever. But a lot of people also hog hunt with this gun. It's a perfect varminter too. I mean, you can definitely hit a coyote with this thing and basically take it right off its feet. So I'm kind of doing a quick hunting load. Unfortunately, the local establishment that I buy a lot of my, bullet tips from were pretty low on 308s. I mean, a lot of people I think are buying them because you got deer season right around the corner. So I guess they're getting more in. So the first video we're gonna shoot with these 150 grains. And then possibly the next one, I'm going to try getting some full metal jackets, and we're going to go from there. But I'm going to stay kind of the 150 range right now. We might put it up a little bit. We are going supersonic. We're not going subsonic right now. There's no reason to go subsonic right now. I want to go supersonic and play with this gun a little bit more before we start thinking about subsonic loads. What we're going to be using is, we're going to be obviously using the Hornady bullet tips that you saw for powder. See if I can get this down without knocking everything down like I usually do in all my other videos. We're using Winchester 296. Okay, this is a huge can of Winchester 296. I bought this from one of my local cop buddies here in town that doesn't reload, and I basically give him 20 bucks for the whole can. It's a little old, but I mean, it smells fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I guess he said it's just been kind of sitting there in like a closet upstairs, so I know it's fine. So we're going to use a Winchester 296. I checked on, if you look at data, which I was a little surprised. The data is a little different on the Hodgson website versus the Hornady. I'm using the Hornady book because I'm loading Hornady ammo. What they're calling for is starting grain is going to be 12.7 with a Winchester 296, and the max is going to be 16.0. Now, I don't like to stay near the max. I'm not even going to come close to that max. I think we're going to go, I think it's good velocity with grains. Why don't we go 14.0 grains to start, okay? And then from there let's see how we do. Maybe we can tweak it with this round. If it's really, really good, we're going to keep it. We'll call it a 2 thumbs up. If it's not a good combination, then I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll probably wind up... we'll kind of find either another bullet, or we're going to maybe try another powder. So we're going to be doing a lot of experimentals with this gun. I've been really, really excited over this. It's been, like I said, it's been a thing I've been wanting to get since I've been reading about 300 Blackout and watching videos. We're only going to make about 20 rounds. I got a bunch here. These are already prepped. They're prepped, they're primered, they're ready to go. I got 47 rounds ready to go. Should have had 50, but I didn't swage everything, as you saw in one of my other videos. But I'm kind of hoping that this is all going to work out. We're going to do in this series, I'm going to do obviously the reload now with the Winchester 296. Part 2 is going to be at the range. If you saw the AR video, let me rephrase that because I'm staring at an AR. If you saw the bolt action 223 video that I posted the last session, how we did part 1, part 2, we're going to do the exact same with this one. I might not be able to get to the range this week. It's kind of a hectic week for me due to work, so just bear with me. It'll probably be next week. Plus my daughter's going back to school next week, so I'm trying to get everything ready for there. So range time this week's a little, but you know what? We're going to try to make it up there. Definitely next week. I'll be definitely going up there, and we're going to be doing the 20 test rounds. What we're looking at with the 20 test rounds, we're looking at accuracy and grouping is what I'm going to look at. Okay. It's not going to be through the bullseye because I guarantee you these things are not sighted in through the bullseye yet. But we're going to basically just go for grouping itself. So why don't I'm going to basically put the camera off at this point. I'm going to get everything set up and let's start loading these 20 rounds. Okay, we're back. If anybody's ever used Winchester 296, it throws awesome. This is kind of the first time I'm using 296, obviously, because I really didn't have any other round to really reload it with. So it's kind of a newer powder. I mean, usually all my other stuff I use, you know, for pistol cartridges like 357 Magnum, I use other stuff than 296. I've never used it before, so this is like new to me. It kind of reminds me a lot of the H335 that we used in the last video. It's very, very, very fine. Throws great. Measures pretty good. I started making these. I got 2 bullets here that I got to kind of play with, and actually I got 3 bullets I kind of messed up. I went a little too short, so the bullet blower is coming out. But I made one. This is the actual perfect length is what you're seeing on this. You can see where the, it's obviously a 308 round, so it's made for 308, you know, but we're going to be shooting it through the Blackout. You can see where the, it should have necked down more. Obviously you can't. That's a perfect overall length. It's a Blackout round. It's not a 308 round, but it's a 30 caliber. So it should work just fine. I am going to put a pretty, you know, we'll call it like a light to medium crimp on this. You have to crimp these. A lot of people don't. I'm more of let's crimp it because a lot of times I've read articles where when the bolt sends it forward, a lot of times it will sometimes come back on you a little bit and the length will actually shorten. I've seen YouTube videos on it. I've read some other stuff on it. So we're actually going to crimp these. All right. I mean, basically, it is coming out of a semi-automatic. I know some people don't. Yeah, you got to crimp them. You know, this isn't your regular bolt-action gun. So I don't want the overall length because obviously this starts coming back. Pressures are going to, you know, build up and that get dangerous. And I kind of like my face the way it is, and I'd rather not blow up my gun. So we're going to crimp these. But like I said, it does look a little weird because of where the, you know, it's a 308 round where the seating depth is. But I measured it out. It's actually perfect. I checked with 2 different books. I have the Horny book. I have the Lyman. So I actually checked with both different books, and it says the overall length is absolutely perfect. It's 2.220 is the overall length. And matter of fact, I'm going to measure it as a 3rd time just to check. And boom. I don't know if you can see that. It's basically right between 221.95 and 2220. So it is a perfect length. That's what we're going to keep it as. And like I said, I'm going to make a test round of maybe 20 or so. And we're going to go to the range. We're going to shoot it. We're going to see how they do. I don't know. This is going to kind of be a let's try it out, a trial and error. I personally, I'd rather have full metal jackets. Unfortunately, I went to 2 different places. I went to Cabela's. Cabela's was sold out of them. They had no full metal jackets. And I really wanted to get this thing sighted in. I wanted to at least do a first video, and that's why I bought the Spire Points, the 308, the 150 grain Spire Points. We're going to try it. I mean, again, this might just be a and you discard it. But it's 20 rounds. In worst case scenario, if it starts jamming, it doesn't feed right, whatever it may be, I'll bring it home and I'll bullet pull all 20 rounds, and you know what? I'll use it in 308. Because in the future, we're going to be doing a 308 video with these too. So, the brass I'm using is going to be, it's all basically 300 Blackout brass. There's a couple mixed of like, you know, people made it in the 300 Blackout from 223. I picked it up from rangebrass.com. All right, I know you've seen this in a lot of my videos. Check that place out. It's rangebrass.com. The turnaround is awesome. And if you can, let them know that you got it from my my page, my subscription page. I've been talking to Alan, which is the owner, and we'll be going back and forth on emails and stuff. So definitely let them know. because I want to see how many people that we're actually getting off my subscribers and off my pages that is actually ordering from them. So, great place to deal with. If you order 100 rounds, usually they send you like 102, sometimes 103. They throw a couple extra rounds in, just, you know, in case you have a messed up case. That way you're at least getting 100 rounds. And if you don't have a messed up case, hey, you got a couple extra rounds. Awesome. For brass. But great place to deal business with. It's there in like a week. You order on Monday, you're getting it by Friday. You know, as long as the postal service, and I got no control over that. But let's load up another one. The only thing I noticed too is this powder is so fine that you can't really, I'm having issues pouring it in a funnel, which is probably just me. So I'm just kind of using the good old go nice and easy technique, pour it in and go from there. It is spilling a little bit on the actual beam scale, so what I got to do is I got to kind of go and kind of blow it off after every single round, because I got a couple little small flecks on there. But like I said, overall I'm pretty happy with the I think the way that this is turning out. I mean, the powder's going in easy. I mean, they're all measuring pretty much perfect. And that one's 2.2. All right, I'm not going to go back crazy over it. But they're pretty much coming out perfect. So why don't we load up 20 rounds, okay? And I'm going to crimp them, okay? Obviously, I'm using Lee dies. I'm using the, you know, it's a 3-base die set. Comes with your decap. Comes with your, basically your seating die, and also comes with a factory crimp die. It does come with a, you know, little small, you know, scooper, so you can scoop some powder in. I mean, it also comes with a shell holder too, but I already have the shell holder because I got an RCBS 223, and unfortunately, like I said in one of my previous videos, the shell holder will not work in the good old bench primer. So you have to use RCBS for the bench primer. Kind of a pain in the neck, but whatever. For shell holders, I just buy all RCBS because that's what's on this bench. And why don't we load up some more? Okay, I'm going to measure every one. I'm going to make 20 of them, and I'm going to get back to you. So let me load up 20. I'm not going to bore you, everybody here. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you know how to load it up anyway with the beam scale. And again, we're using 14 grains of Winchester 296 with the 150 grain spire points. And let me load up 20, and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, I made the test batch. I didn't do 20, I kind of only did 10. Right now I'm just kind of putting the factory crimp on them. I was going to do 20, and I was like, you know, I didn't really like the way they were seating in, and I'm like, just part of me said, why don't we just do 10, we'll bring it up to the range, we'll have enough for a test load, because that's all this is just a test load. And, you know, I'm not saying that they're not going to function well. The overall length is perfect. It's just I have doubts on these now. The more I'm kind of looking at them and, you know, seeing how they're seating and everything else, and where the ring is on the bullet itself. But I mean, the overall length is perfect. Obviously, you know, you can see what I'm talking about. Get a focus. There you go. You see what I'm talking about? How it's below. But obviously, these are made for 308. You know, which you use that for 300 Blackout. But you know, they're specifically made for just a 308 round. But I made 10. I mean, it's still a decent looking bullet. I mean, you never know. I mean, who knows? These groups might be actually pretty decent. You know, they're regular, they're a spear point. They're nothing, you know, extravagant. I think we're probably going to do the full metal jackets after this. Like I said, this is it's part 1 of part 2 videos. And, you know, we're going to be doing a lot of 300 Blackout on my channel. You know, we're doing that. We're going to do a lot of 223, a lot of 308. But this is just, you know, this is kind of the... I had some time, so why don't we play with a load? Why don't we see what we can do and go from there? And I'm kind of happy with it. I mean, it's the way it came out. They load very easy. The powder is awesome. Don't mind me, I'm picking up my bench. I don't like a messy bench, as you can see. My bench is pretty well organized, pretty clean. But let's get back to the 300 Blackout. I still have a bunch left that I didn't use. Unfortunately, I messed up on a couple. I got to pull a bullet. I seat them a little too low, but not a big deal. That's an easy fix. But yeah, why don't we go with these? Again, just to reiterate, it's 14 grains of the Winchester 296, and we're going to use the Hornady. So why don't you wait and check out part 2? Part 2, we're going to bring it to the gun range. We're going to put it through the test. We're basically going to I'm going to try doing 2 groups of 5. you know, I'm going to heat up the barrel with like a 130 grain or something, just a regular, you know, cheap ammunition, just heat the barrel up a little bit. We're going to do a couple groups, and I want to see how these group. That's got my curiosity. Because if these group, you know, really, really well, they're going to be a heck of a hunting round. You know, and hunting season's right around the corner, so is varmint season. I know some of you viewers live down south where you got hog season and stuff. I'm sure these would perform very, very well with hogs. You're getting out of it for velocity, according to the Horny guide. You're going to be just a little bit over, between like 1650 or so, between 16 and 1700 feet per second. So I mean, they're going to be moving pretty decent. But they are the supersonic rounds. They're not subsonics. We will get over into subsonic rounds eventually. But why don't we take the time now, and why don't you guys subscribe below, like the video if you do. Like I said, this is a test video. This is experimenting. You know, that's the best part about reloading, is the experimental part of it. You know, but staying safe. That's the biggest thing, is staying safe. Check me out on Twitter. Also check me out on Instagram. Constantly post stuff on Instagram and Twitter. And definitely follow me, because I'll tell you what, we're going to be going to the gun range next, and I got my curiosity. So let's wait for part 2. We're going to be at the gun range. Let's shoot these things, see how they perform, and we're going to go from there. Why don't you tell me below, if you've ever used these, please tell me below. Let me know how they performed, if they were a yay or a nay. Actually, you know what? Since I got you here, why don't we see if they load in the magazine? You know, that might be a good thing to try right now, because if they don't load, there's no sense even doing this video. Let's see how they load in the magazine, how they look in a mag. Put a couple in there. Actually, they look pretty good. They look real good. I got 3 in a magazine. They actually look, I don't know if you guys can see on cam, they're close. They're very, very close. But you know what? They're going to feed. They went in real easy. They didn't bind, which, you know, they're coming out pretty easy too, so. But yeah, that's why you got to print these. Yeah, they're coming out pretty easy, so I mean, again, I don't think they're going to bind. I think, yeah, they're going to actually do pretty well. So, tune in on part 2. We'll be at the range and we'll check it out. Thanks for watching, guys.